of working in the airline industry.
The best part of the job
Is you travel
all the time for free. Hey everyone, I'm Sonia and I'm a professional photographer and also a flight attendant.
Hi, I'm Mehru. I work in finance by day and work on the weekends by traveling.
And I front on Instagram.
So thank you all so much for sending us your questions. We really appreciate them. So throughout this video, we'll be reading the questions that y'all sent us and answering them. So the first question, Sonia, is how did you get started?
So I used to be a social worker and I was just looking for a career where I was working and not necessarily taking that emotional stress back home. And at the same time, I was looking at like my friends' Instagram accounts, and I had a couple friends who were flight attendants, and it used to keep me up at night because I started thinking like, this is definitely something that I could see myself getting into. I could see myself being happy, and it also just really coincided very well with the fact that I love photography. So it was kind of the dream.
So for me, it was kind of similar. I was in a job that I was completely miserable in, and one day one of my old coworkers left to go work for an airline, and honestly, after that, I just kept seeing his photos on Instagram. Like one day he's in Spain, the next day he's in Colombia. So I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I need to go do something like that because I've always loved travel. I've lived in several different places, so it's always been a dream of mine. So just one day, really disgruntled after work, I went home and I just Southwest.com, applied for a job, closed my laptop, and walked.
So how did you apply for your job?
Apply on the website.
website.
How long did it take for you to get apply?
Oh gosh. Okay, so the application process to become a flight attendant is super long and it can be really stressful. So for anyone that is considering becoming a flight attendant, don't be discouraged. So there are several steps. For instance, first I applied for the job, then I had to do an assessment, then I had to do a video interview. After the video interview, I went to Chicago face to face and had a huge interview with several other candidates. Then after that, I did a 4 weeks training. After I passed the training, I got the job. So how about you?
Okay, not that much work, honestly. So for me, since my job is corporate, it's pretty much like any corporate job. I went in for an interview and I had 2 back-to-back interviews, and after that, I got a call back pretty fast. So that was really easy. What are the benefits of working in the airline industry?
The benefits of working in the airline industry is that you get to travel for free. What about for you? What are the benefits?
Yeah, so you travel for free or almost free, which is to me like the best benefit any corporate job can offer. Alongside that, our company has a really generous 401k policy, really generous vacation time off.
And how often do they thoroughly clean the seats and the tray tables in the airplanes? So if the plane is going to go from Dallas to Phoenix, before the passengers board, we are going to clean the plane. We actually have a contracted cleaning crew. A lot of airlines do, and they will thoroughly vacuum. They will clean anything in the bathroom. They will do some inventory, whatever needs to be done, so that the plane is supposed to be spotless before you get on board. But you don't have to worry, they do deep cleaning.
Okay, but I Clorox my phone every time I come home. Like, I Clorox my phone, my laptop, literally anything I put on that tray table, I have to. And even my earbuds. That's gross.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's gross. So what are the pros and cons of the airline industry?
So the pros and cons are definitely you have great benefits, such as traveling for free, even as a flight attendant. You also get your 401k, you get your health care benefits, all that good stuff. And one thing that I think is very unique about being a flight attendant is the fact that you get to actually live in whatever city you want to, and you can commute to work. So just like a average person would be driving their car to work, we commute by air.
That's really cool. I actually have a friend, she lives in France, aka if you're watching this, and she commutes to Phoenix. That's where her base is. What about the cons?
The cons of being a flight attendant would definitely be the fact that our operations are going 24/7. So especially when you're a new flight attendant, just be expected to be working holidays, being away from home. Sometimes it can be lonely. In the beginning, you're also on call, so a lot of the times you can't really make concrete plans with people.
Yeah, that's true. I think since I work in a corporate environment, my role isn't really that impacted by honestly any of that, since I have a typical 9 to 5. But the only con I would say is not unlimited PTO. oh my god, they're gonna kill me. I should not say that.
I want more PTO.
Right?
I want more paid time off. Come on.
Yeah. And I think there's mostly pros in my opinion.
How do you fly for so cheap, and how do you fly for free?
Great question. So pretty much since we work for the airlines, we fly non-revenue. What that means is we're not paying for a ticket, we're not paying passenger. So a seat that would have otherwise flown empty, we will take up that seat. So for my airline at least, if we're flying domestic, we will not pay for anything. But if we're flying international, we'll just pay for the fees and taxes. So I guess my flight from Dallas, so I guess my flight from Dallas to Cancun would be like $40, $60. So it's like free domestic and then international tax. But the con on that is you would think that the seat is open and you got your bags packed and you're going to go to Phoenix this weekend. Last minute passengers.
No, you're not going to Phoenix.
You ain't going, girl. A last minute passenger could purchase that seat and the plane could fill up, so be prepared to sleep in a lot of airports. What is your daily schedule?
So as a flight attendant, I actually get 12 days off a month. I'm working from 3 to 6 day increments at a time. So I am guaranteed 72 hours of work a month, whether or not I actually get called in for a trip. And my schedule is always different. It's not like a 9 to 5 schedule. Some days I might be working flights that are those early bird shows. So I might have to be at the airport at 4 a.m. and sometimes I might have to be at the airport at 10 p.m. So it really just depends on the operational needs of the airline and kind of where they need to fill in those gaps. How about you? What does your daily schedule look like?
I have a typical 9 to 5 office job.
Mehru, can your relatives or spouse fly for free?
Yes, but with restrictions. So for me, my parents can fly for free, and if I had a husband, he could fly for free, but not anyone more than that. So yeah, what about you?
Same thing. We get our parents, we get our in-laws, a spouse, and kids, but really after that, that's it.
Yeah, kids too. I'm not even thinking that far. So the next question is, aside from being a flight attendant or working corporate, what other jobs can I do in the airline industry?
A lot of airports need staff, so that would include those rampers, those gate agents. Airlines also need crew schedulers, pilot schedulers. What are some other ones you think of?
So if you're working in a corporate environment like legal, marketing, HR, finance, all of that would translate over because we do run a business, so you would need all of that. And yeah, aside from flight attendants and pilots and crew schedulers, there's so many different things. Like you can be a mechanic to fix the aircraft.
That's a good one.
And there's so many different job categories that we really don't have the time to list them. So we got a really good question that I think we need to answer before we close off. I would love to hear your perspective on it because I work for it. So what's it like being a female in the airline industry?
Oh gosh, okay, so
where do you even start?
I know. Being a female in the airline industry can get a little bit tricky sometimes, just because you get hit on all the time as a girl. Like that, it just happens, especially when you're in uniform. I'll say that when you're in uniform in the airport or on the plane, it's like all eyes are on you. Everyone feels, well, most every passenger feels like it's kind of an invitation to start a conversation. So if a flight attendant ever comes off as someone that is like just not being talkative or anything like that, it might just be because they've had a really long day.
They're just doing their job like anybody else. Like for me, I'm in a cubicle, so how would I like it if like random people come up and start talking to me like all the time? No, I'm doing work, please leave.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to be social, right?
Yeah. And not all flight attendants are looking for a significant other. Some people are just happy being single, or some people are happily taken, so.
And thank you so much for staying this long in the video. We really, really, really appreciate all the questions that you guys sent us. It is so sweet that you care so much and want to get to know us and are so curious about the airline industry. Honestly, I literally just fell into it. I never thought I would be working for an airline. Did you?
Oh, I never thought, especially a flight attendant, like that was never on my radar.
And as a brown kid, forget it. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, engineer. No.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, my family's still trying to convince me.
So again, you can find us on Instagram, me at ShakeShack_,
and it's Sonia K.
Thank you so much for watching. Attention, holders. Okay, so what's your favorite color?
I hate all colors.
I knew you were psychotic. Wusa.
I cannot.
Just do a wusa.
So, being a female in the... Okay.